Anyway, the one time I tried to con crunch, I had like a full meltdown. It was bad. And I said, I am never doing that again. You're deadline motivated. I'm deadline like terrified. Like a deadline being too close is like so crippling that I can't do it and won't do it. That's not me, but I get it in theory. That's me. It was like August, and I was like, oh my god, I only have 5 months left to do Snow Miku. That's me. That's why I don't have a deadline for this. Because I'm like, well, that's the other thing with not tracking my time ever. I don't know how long stuff takes me, you know? So I don't know how long this cosplay is gonna take, but also there's a lot of pieces to this cosplay, there's a lot of tedious stuff to this cosplay, and there's a lot of stuff that I want to do that's like totally new for me. So it's gonna be a lot of like learning stuff. So that's why I'm like, it could take a year, it could take 2 years, I don't know. That said, there have been times like in my cosplay youth that I was like, okay, it's like 3-4 days, a week before the con, and there's a character I think I could do that's like really simple. Let me just like run to Walmart and the thrift store and see if I can make this happen. I've done stuff like that. The last time I ever tried to con crunch, the story where I had a whole meltdown, I was trying to make an Opal cosplay, Opal from Steven Universe. And the plan was, because I was already doing Baby Amethyst, so it was already going to be purple. So the plan was to make a quick Opal cosplay, and then I could just like change into it at the con and not change my body paint, because I would already be purple, right? Well, I made like, I think I made most of it. I made the skirt. I think I made the skirt. I know I made her little top. I didn't even sew the top. I made it out of EVA foam because that's who I used to be. But when I got to the bow was where everything went wrong. It was because I was using XPS foam, the pink insulation foam, and I don't think I'd ever used it before. And I had seen a lot of people talking about it and recommending it, and I was going to try it out. And XPS foam is very different. It was also like supposed to be like an easy and a cheap cosplay, right? And one of the common things people do with XPS foam is they'll like cover it in Warbler. Well, for a cheap and easy cosplay, I'm not about to cover this in Warbler. But I also like didn't know what else you could use on it. I also didn't know that there's a bunch of glues that you cannot use on XPS foam or it will melt. And so I like cut out this prop and sanded it, her bow. I made Opal's bow. I cut it out, I sanded it, and it just started to melt. And so I had a meltdown as it melted down. It literally melted. I don't remember what I put on it. I think I don't remember if it was glue or paint, but something made it melt, and it was just like hopeless, and I didn't know what to do. Oh yeah, I don't know if everybody calls it XPS foam, but the pink insulation foam, I've not used it since because I don't know what you're supposed to do with it unless you like cover it in EVA foam or Warbler. You can't spray paint it. I think I used acrylic paints on it because I remember it being painted, but I think I even tried to just hot glue it and it just melted with the hot glue. Becca hates that foam too. All the foam spiff people are like, oh, that foam. Like it's super lightweight, so that's why people use it. Like if you're gonna make a big giant prop, you better have the core of that thing be XPS foam and not EVA foam, because XPS foam is super light and EVA foam can get kind of heavy. But then you gotta cover it in something, and mine was not covered in anything, and so it melted. You can seal it with wood glue. I don't remember if I sealed it. I think I might have sealed it with like Mod Podge. Oh, pink foam might be different. I'm talking about green stuff. Yeah, I don't even know if there's a difference. Yeah, Beck used it for a 7-foot insect glaive. You'd have to, yeah. For big old props. My goal for this, at least, is to get through this Cheez-It box. And I have several more pieces to go. My worst Con Crunch memory is me in high school on energy drinks, styling a wig at 3 a.m. I promised myself to never do Con Crunch again. Yeah, man, maybe I'm just old. I genuinely don't know how people like don't sleep, like pull all-nighters. I don't know how people do that. Like, I don't think I even ever did that like in college, because if I don't sleep, I just feel gross and sick. Styled the Yor wig in the hotel the night before the day I wore her. Well, I mean, I've helped people with that stuff before. Oop, we got a loop in the back. I don't want that. I gotta fix that. I feel like some stuff with Con Crunch is like, that's barely Con Crunch. If you're like mostly done and you're like, I'm gonna do the wig there, I feel like that's whatever. But people that can make a whole cosplay in like a month, even just a month. Like, oh, I've got a month till the con, that's enough. That's not enough for me. If it's 2 weeks before the con and I'm not totally finished, then I'm not wearing it to that con. You don't have to compete in every contest. You don't have to do that. You can, like, I'm at the point where competing is like a once every 2 years, once every couple years thing for me now, because like I'm in Masters. So if I want to have any hope of placing, I need to show off a really, really cool cosplay. And really, really cool cosplays take a long time to make. So it's okay to just go dormant for a while in competing and just go make some beautiful art, and then a couple years go by and you're back. It's your turn. And I also like that because it also means that other people in the community have their time to shine. Like, does anybody know who Sarcasm Hime is? Sarcasm Hime was the New York City winner for Crown Championships. And I'm calling it right now. They're taking the whole thing home. They are going to be the next Crown Championship winner. If you don't follow Sarcasm Hime on Instagram, go follow them. They are one of the most talented cosplayers in the world. Can y'all imagine if Sarcasm Hime could crank out costumes could just crank them out, and was just entering in every single contest? They'd win every single contest. No one would ever win anything. But it takes a long time for Sarcasm Hime to make a costume, so it's like the rest of us have a chance, you know? I do feel kind of bad for everybody going to Crown because, like, they picked a year that Sarcasm Hime finished something. So they're kind of screwed. That's the funny thing is how I see it. Is they're too powerful, you know? Somebody says Sarcasm Hime worked on that for years. They sure did, and it sure shows. And you know what? This will be the one for me that's like, she worked on that for years, because I've already worked on it for years, because I started it last year? Yeah, last year. I started, y'all want to see the, I've obviously been wanting to cosplay Melania for a while, but this is what I made before I stopped to go make. Well, I really stopped because of Strawberry Miku. I was like, I want to make this Miku. She has ooh, I broke it. I broke it. Yeah, it's a chainmail skirt. I made this in 2020. No, I didn't make this last year. I think I made this in 2022. So
thanks for watching this year-old Patreon stream re-upload. If you want to see the Patreon streams actually live or in full, then you can check out my Patreon because you can get access for just $1 a month. And a big thank you to Mel, or Pocket Leaves, who's editing these streams down for me so I can focus on my main channel videos. You can check out Mel's work on either their channel Pocket Leaves or Pocket Cons, and sometimes you'll even see me in their con vlogs. It's a special occurrence when it happens. But as always, if you're just watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, then you're supporting this channel too. So thank you. Bye!